Hey there, Paul Wagler here for Arise Now and the 2-minute wake-up call. Well, I'm standing here this morning in the sanctuary of the Shakespeare Presbyterian Church, where Angie and I had the privilege of leading the service this morning. And I had the privilege of sharing a message called A Solid Foundation. You know, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7 that if we build our house on the rock, it's not going to fall when the storms of life come. He said that anyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rains came down, the streams rose, the winds blew and beat against the house, and it didn't fall. On the contrary, anybody who builds their house on the sand, when those things come, the house is going to crash because it's not on a solid foundation. And so we want to build our lives on a solid foundation. What is the solid foundation? It's Jesus Christ. And you know, as followers of Jesus, we die to ourselves, and our life, it tells us in Colossians 3:2, is now hidden with Christ in God. So we have moved into this position called being in Christ. And when we are in Christ, we are new creations. We now have the righteousness of God. We don't have condemnation anymore, and on the list goes of things that help us to build our lives on the rock, which is Jesus. And we need to understand these things and to know them and remind ourselves daily. And so I encourage you just to look throughout the New Testament at verses that have to do with this phrase called in Christ. Because as we get to understand those and as we know them and apply them to our lives, it changes how we function. It changes how we go through life. And then when storms come, and they will come, you know, different things happen throughout our lives that are not easy, and we want to have our lives built on the rock, which is Jesus, so that our house can stand. Well, something for you to think about, and until we meet again, stay awake and stay alert.